Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. My name is Catherine Ann Clayton, and I help business entrepreneurs take their ideas and their side hustle and turn it into profits fast. I have a great expert today. Her name is Stacy Mayo-Martinez. I am so excited that she is here. So, Stacy, welcome, and tell everybody about yourself and what you do to help people.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Catherine, and happy birthday. For those that don't know, it's Catherine's birthday, so we need to take a second to celebrate that. But yeah, so I am located in Kansas, grew up and born and raised here, moved about and moved back. And my husband and I together, we own a Martinez Marketing and Media company. And that's what we do kind of for our full-time gig. And my side hustle, which is exactly what it is, but I love it, is my podcast, Connect, Change, and Challenge, which is about personal, professional development and helping professionals find ways to grow, because I just find that companies don't always invest in their people. And sometimes we need to take it upon ourselves to find how we can better ourselves and therefore grow ourselves.
Awesome. So talk to me a little bit about this personal development podcast. Tell me a little bit about who your ideal guest would be for that podcast and what are some of the issues that you talk about?
Yeah, so my guests are all across the industry. I have focused most of my career in agriculture, but I find that sometimes we get stuck in our own little bubble, and I think it's good to break out. So I have experts from the entertainment industry to agriculture to this upcoming. I have people in self coaching, talking about looking at your time management. And I have an editor. I'm going to go global to Southeast Asia to talk about kind of breaking through the technology barriers or the barriers in the technology market. So it's individuals. It's not necessarily experts in whatever we're talking about. It's somebody that's experienced that. So it's real people that can relate to any type of individual, not just entrepreneurs, because I think as a working professional, we all want to do better and be better. And that's kind of who I'm hoping to look for. And it's called Connect, Change, and Challenge, because each time we take our theme and talk about connections that can help us in that area, changes that we're going through or maybe need to go through. And then each different episode leaves you with a challenge. So sometimes I feel like we get great advice, but we don't know where to start. So that's the goal with each episode. And as well as my website, I have different articles and little quick chats too that break things down.
Oh, that's awesome. So you are going into the business industry as well as entrepreneurs. So anybody that just wants to maybe connect with people and may have some challenges, is that what you talk about, different challenges?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just people, sometimes we find ourselves in a little bit of a rut and we're not sure where we want to go next. And so it could be transition in your current career. It's that you're going through a transition. Maybe it's students looking to get into their career or people looking to change jobs. I also have a lot of people that listen that are retiring from one career and looking what their next run is going to be. And so I think it's folks looking to better themselves, but also their organizations. And it could be that they own the organization, or it could be that they're an entry-level employee. So it's just how to keep learning as professionals, because if we stop learning, we're in a bad place, right? So it's how to keep doing better.
Awesome. So give us 2 tips that you've gotten from people that can help them really bust out in their business and really get over those challenges that they might be having.
Yeah, I think one of the first things is, and this is a big personal focus of mine, and it's actually, I have course and work around it. It's about personal brand. And as a marketer, I understand branding, and I've helped lots of clients develop their brand for their product. And so when you think of a brand, you can think of Nike, you can think of Apple, you can think of the candy that you love. We're big fans of Bueno in our house. And those are things that we know what we're going to get when we get those brands. But we don't always think about who we are and our personal brand. And so what I really focus on with your personal brand is not just where you are today, but where do you want to be? And, a big thing with your brand is, who is your audience? Are you talking to the people today that you've surrounded yourself with, but is that who you want to be talking to? Are you reaching out of your close-knit circle and actually going out and talking to your customers or your potential clients? Are you positioning yourself where you want to be? Or are you positioning yourself just where you are today? And that's where I go through a lot about that. So number one, I think it's knowing your personal brand and where you are and where you want to be, because it's okay that those are two different things. And that
Right.
continues to reinvent yourself over your career. That should not be a stagnant thought at one time. So that's one of the things that I really advise people to look into on personal branding. And then the second thing is just a little bit like I was talking about, but who your audience is. Do you actually know who your target audience is? Because I think many times, and I find this a lot as a marketing professional, we don't always look at who our audience, we think we are our target audience. And many times we are not. And I have worked with all different types of clients that I many times am not their target audience and they aren't either. So you need to go out and you need to find your audience and see what those people are doing. What do they think about? What are their stresses? And that's where you need to put yourself. And you got to take yourself out of the mold. So it's not how you would react to your advertising campaign or a marketing output or a mailer. It's who you're talking to, how they would react. And I think that's really hard sometimes for us to say, well, I don't think that's a good idea. Well, do you not think it's a good idea because of you? Or do you not think it's a good idea because you're actually the person that you want to talk to?
That, that's very interesting, because when I first got into the business, everybody said to me, your ideal audience is you. It's somebody exactly like you and exactly, like you. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I think part of it is and part of it isn't. So I really like your different perspective on that. I think that is really, really important. So so you're doing the podcast, but what else do you do to help people? You said you help with marketing. How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, so we have clients of all different shapes and sizes. And my husband does the media side. He's a videographer and photographer and a professional in that area. And he produces and I do some production as well. And then I bring in the marketing side. And so it just really depends on each client. We're kind of a his, mine, or ours. We have clients that just work with him that are working on projects that he does video production and puts together that story that they want to tell in the most dynamic way. Or it may be for me that I'm working on, I work on virtual events. I work on finding their audience. I'm working on doing some local companies, but some global companies. Who are they talking to? Again, we can't talk to everybody about everything. So if we can seem really big without a big budget if we continue to be where our audience is. And so that's what I like to help people do. So I definitely think that his, mine, or ours. And then we have a team of partners that we also work with. So if someone needs bigger help than what just he and I are going to do, we bring in, we're a little bit different than the marketing agencies that I used to work with, or some people have seen or currently do. And sometimes that's a great fit. But what we do is you hire us and we bring in the exact right people to get you what you need for your project. And so we work with a whole bunch of other contractors that are like us, but specialize in different areas. And so we make sure those people are going to get you exactly what you need. And that's a really fun thing for me. I love learning about new industries. We're working with a company that's doing CBD products. And I've grown up on a farm. I've worked with lots of different farmers, but I had never been in a hemp field. So now we know about hemp farming. We're learning about CBD oil and the products and the different processes and how this company can really niche into exactly who they're talking to, make sure their voice is consistent, make sure that how they're relaying their message is consistent. Because again, our client is not actually his target audience. And so we work with him to make sure that we're continuing to keep in his ideal client in front of mine.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. So if y'all need some marketing help, reach out to Stacy for sure. So Stacy, do you have a freebie that you wanted to give out today?
Yeah, if anybody's interested, going back to that idea of really who you are with your personal brand, the first thing you can do is a free evaluation. And it's a 5-step evaluation and it's an online course, but it's completely self-guided. So you can do it at your pace. And if you go to connectchangeandchallenge.com, which right there on my wall is our website. So connectchangechallenge.com/brand, you can download that free course and get access to it immediately. And you get to walk through that on your own pace. And it's a good check to see who you think you are, who other people think you are, and then where you need to maybe have some opportunities for improvement. So the first step to your brand evaluation journey.
Awesome. And that will be in the comments section. So I wanted to thank you very much, Stacy, for coming on. And thank you all for joining the Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. Have a great day.
Thanks.